All right, number one. Here we go. David, what's number one? Yep, here we go. What's the square root of 36x to the fourth? You are amazing. 6x squared. All right, Luca, number three. Yes. All right, remember, for those of you guys who forgot, you're dividing the exponents by 2. Dividing the exponents by 2. All right, so now, Reese, you're up.
13.
You are amazing. 13x to the ninth y. Very nice. Anybody have any questions? Next. Yes, it is. Very smart, girl. The cube root of 27 is 3 because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Generally, we do square roots. That means you're doing them in groups of what? 2. Cube roots mean you're doing them in groups of 3. Very good job. All right, Evan, cube root of negative 125. You don't need a calculator for that. Come on. What kind of 5? Yes, -5, because -5 times -5 times -5 is negative 125. Well, again, this is embarrassing. I shouldn't have put this one. Cube root of 1, though, is what? 1. All right, cube root of 1 is 1. Okay, now I threw this in just to try to throw you off a little bit. What's the fourth root of 16? 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 4 2s create 16. So that's 2. All right, back to normal. All right, now, Miss Appleton, let's go. Yes, you're breaking 32 down to what? Okay, and then what? Good. So now what? Okay. Good. That would be, it's called a square root. Yes. Are we finished? No, because 8 can be broken down. Good. Yep. Exactly. All right. That's the long way. All right. Now, of course, I'm not, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs to understand that. I don't care. You'll do it enough, right, that eventually you will just know 32 is what? Yeah, you could just do 16 and 2 and make it easy on yourself. Not a big deal. How did I get what? The square root of square root of 4 is what? That's that. What's the square root of x to the 8th? X to the 4th. Go.
How did x to the 9th become x to the 8th?
Because you can't divide 9 by 2, so you have to break it down. Right? You subtract 1, because now it makes it 8 and 1, and you can now divide 8 by 2. Come on, Molly, what? That was answer? All right, like I'm saying, let's go down. All right, let's go down the page. All right, Brennan, 108, what are you thinking? Yes. 12 times. Yes, yes, 12 times 9, and then what do we do to x to the 11? X to the what? And then? Yes. Okay, so now which ones are perfect squares? 12 is not a perfect square. And what else? Right, so what does that become? 3x to the what? Yes. Say it. Divide by 2. Yes, that's it. What's left behind?
12.
Yep. Now what happens to 12? Yep. Into what?
100.
Yep. Now what?
6x to that.
Very nice.
100.
Yep. So now we know 108. The next time you see 108, who remembers?
9 and 12.
No. I want everybody to remember 36 times 3 if you can. 108 is 36 times 3. That would be the quickest. What? Yes. All right. 19. Here we go. Go. Maya.
Oh, 121.
Yes. Plus or minus, and then that's 121 times 2x squared. So now what?
11 and x, and then the 2.
Don't forget plus or minus.
Oh, yeah.
Ashley, here we go.
13 times 25,
13 times 25.
x squared, x,
Good.
y to y,
Okay.
5x, y to square root 13xy.
You're amazing. Anybody have any questions with that? Very nice. Very nice work. Tell me quickly.
Why are you doing like 13 times 24?
Well, what do you want to do? What's the square root of 325? 325 is not a perfect square is what I'm trying to tell you. You hear me now?
Yeah.
And divide 325 by 25 because that would make sense. Right? Because we're looking for perfect squares. Ashley, that was good. All right. 23, a little bit harder. Go ahead, Trey.
Like that. 972.
What is that?
I don't really know. 13.
Well, no, come on. I don't want to hear that. All right. I want you to tell me, look at the 9 and look at the 72. What is that divisible by?
9.
Yes. If you don't know, you should see the numbers 9 and 72, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, right? So now how many times does 9 go into 9?
1.
How many times does 9 go into 7?
1 or 0.
How many times does 9 go into 72?
It goes in 8 times.
Look, guys, I'm teaching you how to break things down. This is the hard part. All right, I'm not expecting you to know that answer. I'm expecting you to be able to look at what perfect square goes into 972, which was obviously what? 9. There's another one, that's correct. Because now we know 108. Because we were paying attention, we know that 108 is what?
3.
And
36.
3 and 36. Yeah, it's kind of nice when you pay attention. All right, 9 times 3 times 36. That's how you do it. Don't make it hard because it's not. All right, but you got to work with me on all these problems. Now, do I need to break down x to the 4th? No. Do I need to break down y to the 12th? No, because they're already divisible by 2. So now highlight or underline or whatever you want to do. These are the perfect squares. So now what's the square root of 9? What's the square root of, what's the square root of 36? So what do I do with the 3 and the 6? Shh. Multiply them. So that's what? 18. What's the square root of x to the 4th?
2x to the square.
And then,
Y to the 6.
and what's left behind?
3.
I can't help you if you're not trying. All right, you're not supposed to know. Obviously, 324 times 3 is 972. Nobody does that. All right, you got to break them down to the perfect squares. What?
Why do you multiply?
I don't- What's the square root of 9?
3.
What's the square root of 36? That means multiply 3 times 6.
You have to break it down first and then you have to multiply.
Come on, next one. All right, Jackson.
396.
Uh-huh. Now, no, just to make sure, let's practice. 3 plus 9 plus 6 is 18, right?
Yep.
So I know it's divisible by 9.
9.
All right, if you add the digits and they can be divided by 9. Now, we don't need a calculator for that. 9 times 9 goes into 39. How many times?
39.
Shh. Let him do it, please. I'm not asking anybody else. 9 goes into 39. 4. How many left over? 3. 9 goes into 36.
Perfectly.
Perfectly. 4. Beautiful. Now, what do I do with the 44?
Divided.
By what?
4.
4 times.
11.
And what do I do with the y to the 7th?
It's, you just move it down.
So y, can I divide 7 by 2?
No, so you have to divide 6.
Right. So y to the 6th y. Everyone should be able to do that. Everyone should be able to do that. I'm just asking you right now, do you know how we did 9, 4, and 11? And you're saying, I don't know how to determine whether it's divisible by 9, right? You forgot that. Think back to 6th grade. You add the digits. And if you add the digits, if the number's divisible by 9, that means 9 goes into it. Those are nice little divisibility rules that kind of help you break things down. All right, so now what's the square root of 9?
3.
What's the square root of 4?
2.
So
6.
6. Square root of y to the 6th.
5 to the 6. 3.
Yes. What's left behind?
And 11.
And a y. That's correct. I accidentally highlighted 11. Not necessary to highlight the 11. It's not a perfect square, or underline it. Come on now, guys. I've done a whole bunch of problems. All right. You're supposed to get in the game. You're supposed to be tried on your own and see what you're doing. All right, Eddie, go. 27. This is an annoying one.
I did 16 times 68.
Wow. Thank you, sir. He figured it out somehow. I don't know how, but we're going to trust him. 16 times 68. Anybody agree with that? All right. So now what?
16 times
4.
4.
Uh-oh. Does 68 break down?
No.
Shh, shh, shh.
Yes.
Oh, well, don't listen to him. 68 divided by 4. That's the first number I would divide by. What's 68 divided by 4?
17.
There you go. So 4 times 17. So now what?
4 times 2. So 2 times 4 is 8.
There you go, sir. 18 radical what?
17x.
Yes, sir. There we go. All right. Super annoying. Is that the only way you can break down 1088? No, there's lots of ways. All right. You just have to figure out which way is good for you.
You say 18?
No, 8, because the square root of 4 is what? 2, right? And then times 4 is
Oh, 8.
8. Let's go.
Thank you.
29. All right. You're back to easy. Go. 9 radical 2. Anybody have any doubts about that?
No.
All right. Next, Riley.
So would it be times 2 radical 1? Oh.
Anybody have any issues with that? Anybody? Radical 7s go together and radical what? 11s go together. You can't add the radical 11 with the radical 7s. Okay, now you have an annoying one, Molly. You're up. I'm sorry.
But,
Let's go. Number 33. How do I break down 20?
times
Neither one of those is a perfect square.
4 and 5.
There you go. So now what?
And then 4 breaks down to 2.
And then there's a 4 on the outside. So what do I do?
Multiply.
And
so
that's
8,
8 radical.
5x.
Beautiful. Okay, now what does 125 break down to?
What's that? 5.
Yes.
5 times 5.
You with me? Think
Yeah.
about 5 quarters. You got 5 quarters in your hand. You got $1.25, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what?
So then 25 breaks down to 5 and then 15, but then times 3, so 15.
Good.
And then radical x, 5x.
So now,
So then it's -7 radical 5x.
perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's continue on. 30,
Question,
good, go.
how'd you get 15?
What's the square root of 25?
5?
And I need you to understand there's always multiplication here,
I
right?
guess you.
All right, Miss Martin, let's go. 28 breaks down to what?
7 times 4.
4 times 7. So now what happened to the 4?
Breaks down to 2 times 2.
So then,
Down 6.
right. All right, now here's what I try to tell everybody. If this is radical 7y, this over here is probably going to be a what?
7-1.
A radical 7y. So take 112 and no one's asking you, 112 and divide it by 7. And hopefully that's a perfect square. That's a little practice. All right, that's to help you. So what is it? No one's asking you. Go, what is it?
16 radical 7.
Okay, so now what?
So then 16 breaks down to 3.
What's the square root of 16?
So it's 8. That's 8.
Come on.
So it's
Square root of 16, you say is 4. So now what do I do with these two numbers? Yes.
it's 32 minus.
So you're breaking down 8 times 4, it's not breaking it down, but doing 8 times 4. You hear me?
Yeah.
Now, can you add or subtract those? It's coming back up.
Subtract.
Yes. So you got to tell me, come on.
And it's 16.
Well, come on now. 6 minus 32.
Oh, that's 20. 26.
Come on. Negative 26, radical 7y. Anybody have any questions? So again, if there's a radical 7 over here, there's probably a radical 7 over here. That's helpful, breaking it down. All right, Sebastian, go. I don't know why I said that. Go. Tell me. Yes. I don't know. What perfect square is in 12? Oh my gosh, come on, come on. It's not the end of the world. It's just this. Let's move. Go. What is it? 4 and 3. And then what? Yes. All right, next. Good. Now what?
25 breaks down to 8.
Mm-hmm.
5 times 3 is 15.
Yes.
So it's minus 15 and 5 then.
Right. So can I do anything with that? No, these are different. The radical 5a and the radical 3a are different. So that is what? That's your answer. You cannot do anything with those. All right. The radicals cannot be added because it's not 3a and 3a.
So when it's different, it's like.
That's right. You can't add them just like we did up here. The 7s and the 11s can't add together. The radicals, in order to add the radicals, they have to have, or they have to be the same. All right, Tyler, go.
Do I mean to?
I want you to tell me what 112 breaks down to.
Oh,
Now, it's okay not to know that.
I already did it, but
Okay.
look, now I'm confusing myself. Because it's either 7 or 14 in the radical.
Well, 7 goes into 112.
Yeah.
How many times? Isn't it 7 times 16?
Yeah,
You with me?
Yeah.
Right, and then 56 is what?
8 and 7.
No. 8 and 7 is not a perfect square.
I need the whole.
I'm just asking a simple question. I don't care what you did. I want you to tell me what 56 breaks down to.
I don't know.
That's okay. That's all right. So 8 and 7, right? But 8's not a perfect square. And 7's not a perfect square. But what is in 8? What perfect square is in 8? You with me now, right? So now just do 56 divided by 4.
14.
There you go. All right. So now I have minus 9a, 126. I added those digits up and that added up to 9. So I know it's divisible by 9. So 9 goes into 126 how many times?
14.
There you have it. You good now?
Yeah.
All right, come on. It doesn't matter to me. All right, what's the square root of 16?
4.
So that comes out as a
16A.
16a radical 7. What about this guy?
2. So negative 10A. Radical.
And then over here.
Negative 27A. Radical 14.
Now what two can I combine?
14s.
Yes.
So 16A radical 7.
And then
Minus 37A radical 14.
you are amazing. See, come on. I don't care.
That's
All
what I
right,
did.
they're a little bit harder. All right, that was a little bit harder. Come on now, listen, you can't be doing all of these problems and not know how to do things. You can't. Put your hand up. Go.
Does it change anything if the variable?
Yes, they're different. You agree with me or not? You tell me what is your issue with this?
No, I don't have an issue. I'm just wondering.
About what?
So it literally changes everything.
If what?
If the variable's inside or outside of it.
No, it doesn't change anything. All right, everybody work on 41 while I get this. Let's go, 41.
I think it's the same way.
Is it the same one?
It's the same without the variable.
Hello? Okay, thank you. Bring your bag there for something. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, so 41 was the same. That's my fault. Except for the variables, right? Yeah. So what was 112 again?
7 and 16.
7 and 16. Repetition is not a bad idea.
16.
And then square to 16.
4.
So with this 4, okay, 56 again. 4 and 14, square to 4. So that becomes,
Negative 10.
and then 126 we said was, I'm listening. Yes. Everybody's good with that now? So again, 16 radical 7 minus 37 radical 14. Anybody have any issues with that? All right, let's see if we can do 43, a little bit harder. All right, so how do I break 12 down? Where am I at? Go. What does 12 break down? Yes. All right, what about 75? Good job. Okay, so now what's the square root of 4? So that comes out as a, what's square root of x squared? So there's already x out there, so what does it become? Good job. All right, now square root of 25. There's a 2. Square root of x to the 4th. Yep. And what's left behind? Good. So now what's this? -4 what? How's that, Misha? You know that? Good. Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually hard. All right, that's actually hard.
We say you got 4, we just use.
6 minus 10. 6 minus 10 is that -4. Now, everything can be added together because this is an x squared and this is an x squared. This is a radical 3. This is a radical 3. What?
Do you not have exponents, like you just keep on 2x?
Yes, because remember, when you add, exponents stay the same. 1x plus 1x is 2x, not 2x squared. Come on, keep going, keep going. All right. Here you go, using your calculator now. David, go. 3 decimal places. How much?
7.874.
All right, next. Come on, don't let me write down the answer. You use your calculator and just tell me what the answer is.
65.795.
You good with that? We did. Is it 96?
Not 95.
And again, I don't care how you round, but everybody in here should know how to round to 3 decimal places, right? So you look at the 4th decimal place. If it's 5 or more, it goes up. All right, here we go. Cube root of 542. 8 point what?
153.
Does everybody know where the cube root button is? Math 4. And that pulls up the cube root. Okay, math 4. Okay, next. 21.372. Uh-oh. Evan, you got the hard one. How do I do the 4th root? Math 5. Thank you very much. Math 5. And then you have to type in the 4th root. Thank you. That was good. Very good. And what is that now? I'm waiting for Evan. 5.346. Okay, next, Appleton. Hold on.
Oh.
Shh, shh, shh. What is it? Is not an answer.
Well, I didn't know.
Wake me up, please, when you're finished. Right, no solution. You can't take a 4th root of a negative. Nothing 4 times is going to be negative. Nothing 4 times is going to be negative.
If it's like by itself, would it be no solution? Like,
The square root of a negative is no solution. When you get to algebra 2, they will introduce imaginary numbers. All right, we are not quite there. All right, so the first thing we want to do is any even power can't be negative. You can't take even power to a negative. All right, hopefully that makes sense. All right, Brennan, type those in. Let's go. Shh. Don't. You know how to do the 4th root on the calculator. Okay.
4.060.
The final answer is, say it again. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
4.060.
Anybody else with 4.060? You got it? All right, just how do you plug the numbers in? That's all we're asking. Maya, right? Okay, I'm not doing the problems. I'm asking everyone. So you have to type in the negative on the calculator first. Then you hit math 5. I mean, it could be wrong. I'm not saying that. So math 5, then you put the 4 up in the corner and then put 82795 plus, and then cube root. And then type in that number. Is that wrong? I know you're not putting in the right negative. You're putting in the minus sign. I don't know what you mean. So let me make sure I'm clear. So if I'm going to do number 57, and I'm glad you guys are asking, because listen, you have a big advantage over kids who don't know how to use a calculator. I promise you. Shh. So I want everyone, you go down and type in the negative. Put that on the calculator first. Then you go to math. There is no 4th root, but the one right below lets you do any root. So it's math is at 5. Then when you hit math 5, this comes up, and then you have to fill in that with a 4. All right, and then you do 82795 plus. Then you go to math 4, right? And the math 4 already has the cube roots. And then you just type in 9292 and hit enter. And does that come out to be this number? I'm not saying it does. I don't know what it is. Is that correct or not? It's not correct? So what is it? 21.082? No, again, I can't listen. Some of you are telling me you can't type numbers in on a calculator. That's what some of you are telling me. All right. And I mean, where are you going to work that you can't type a number on a calculator? All right. I'm asking you, do it again. It's not funny. All right. Some of you got 4.060. Some of you agreed with that. I'm not saying it's right still. I'm saying take the time to do it yourself and see if you get that correct answer, because we've got a dispute. Some are saying it's 4.060. Some are saying it's 21.082. What is it? How did you get the difference?
Well, I have a question, because when you use the negative, it's not supposed to be -4, right? Yeah, because how do you get the negative down? So when I do negative and then
Use the arrow.
No. That's what I'm saying. Stop and listen for a second. Shh. Okay, I'm showing you. You got to listen for a second. Shh. Just listen for a second and sit down. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm saying here's how you should type it in. You should hit the negative number first, correct? Then hit math and 4. Now, are you saying that the negative automatically pops up into the? Oh, okay. All right. So you have to figure out, take the arrow and just go back. I didn't know that happened. Yeah, you can hit math 5 and then go back and hit the negative. Let me see your calculator. Shh, that's really good. I learned something today. Shh, just hold on. Let me see what I'm doing. Negative math 5. Shh. So I see what you're saying. So then you just go backtrack and put negative right there, and then put the 4.
How did you get it down? Because when I would go
I just
back,
kept pushing it. Clear. So negative math 5. So that's not what I wanted. So I go back, negative here, and then 4. See what I did?
Yeah.
And then do the 4. Hey, guys, no, we're not doing that. All right, here we go. Now I understand what you guys were telling me. Thank you. That's super important. The negative can't obviously be in the radical, right? So you just have to hit the back arrow and then insert the negative and then put the 4. All right, so now, is everybody okay with that? Hey, Brennan, did you get the right answer now?
I had
Okay.
the right answer.
What you said the right answer was 4.060.
Yeah, that's the answer. That's the answer.
Is that the right answer now?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh. They came up with some garbage.
here we go. Shh, shh, shh.
It's fine.
All right.
I was-
Now, number 59, Maya.
Oh, 27.703 minus.
No. I just want an answer, Maya. Come on. Shh. 3.029. Everybody okay with that?
I didn't get that. Sam,
What is it?
I got 52.297. That's why I got this.
Yes. I would be careful because there's the minus here. Did you forget the negative in here?
No.
Well, I know it's going to be more than 3.
I thought it wasn't part of the.
I don't, it doesn't matter to me what you thought. I want to know what the answer is.
So you
Shh.
type it in.
I want you to type it in exactly the way that is.
Yeah.
So type it in exactly the way that is.
I got-
There's no way to make a mistake if you type it in.
Yeah, I got 52.397.
52 point what? 397. Shh, listen, this is just a calculator assessment. That's it. Can you type it in? Right? That's what we're doing. I'm trying to show you. Maya, did that get you figured out now?
Well, I got the, so for the.
Maya, I want to know if you got 52.397. I don't care how you did it. I want to know if you got 52.397. All you have to do is type it in on the calculator. There's no explanation. I don't need any explanation on any of this. It's a calculator question. What is it?
Well, are you supposed to add them together? Because I see a minus sign.
Maya, type it in on the calculator the way you see it. I don't know what that means. This is a minus. Brennan, keep your mouth shut. It'll serve you well in life. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want it done separately. Type it in. Ashley, what did you get for number 61? 5. Perfect. All right, here we go. 63. Shh. Jolie. 13 is correct. All right, next. Shh, shh, shh. Trey,
All right, 1 second.
I hope so. You got a calculator.
Yeah, I know. I got 5.
5. I'm happy with that. Jackson,
I'm still putting it in.
shh, 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 shh. I'm waiting for Jackson.
25.
25 is good. Anybody else have a problem with that? Again, you're practicing just typing things in on the calculator. All right. Oh, that was perfect timing. Okay, evens for homework. Evens, let's go. We learned something today. Thank goodness. Evens tomorrow.
Individually studying that.